Welcome to Inside of the Man Cave, and this is your host, Coach Drew, or better known as Drew Koss. And today I want to give you some insight or some tips or just my story about parenting, right? So I am a parent, I'm not a single parent. My wife, who's an amazing mom and wife, parents with me. I want to give you the perspective of what it looks like from a man and what it looks like from a man who didn't grow up with a father. Now, these topics can tend to get like sappy, but I don't want to make it sappy. I just want to give you some information and give you some things that could probably help. Or if you're a new father, a new parent, or even an older parent, you can identify with some of these things. Now, before I had my daughter Aaliyah, leading up to it, I had so much fear. I was like, I'm gonna mess up like feeding her. I'm gonna not know how to change the pamper correctly. She's gonna cry. I'm not gonna know what to do. And some of the things are true. Some of them, a lot of them were true. Now, the thing that I want to help us understand is, and I didn't understand this, was that parenting is you growing as your child grows. So it's like you're still growing as a person as they are growing. They just don't know that, which is the part that's wild. They have no idea that you're still guessing. They have no idea that you're still becoming, and they have no idea that this is still new to you. Even if you've had multiple children in the past, each child is different. So it's always a new experience. Now, let me catch you up to how this happened. My wife's about maybe a week out from having the baby, and I'm just like, I'm freaking out in my head. She doesn't know it. I'm freaking out in my head. We lead up to the day where my wife's having contractions and we get ready to go to the hospital. We get there around maybe like 10 a.m. So we're like, all right, we're here. My heart's pounding, and I'm like, just don't go crazy. Don't show her that you're just as worried as her. So she told me, bring my laptop. She said, bring your laptop. You're going to probably want to do some work because we might be here for a while. So bring the laptop. We get there. We're in the room, and my wife's doing squats. She's pacing. The contractions are here and there. And they say, we're going to keep you here because the baby's heartbeat dropped. And I didn't get scared about that. I just thought, cool, I don't want to go back home anyway because this is going to be a long like a long trip, just getting her back home, getting her back to the hospital. So the day goes along, and we're in the hospital, and the contractions keep coming, and then hours later they started coming hard, and I started realizing that this was about to be something life changing. And I thought I prepared. I thought I was completely ready. So I was like, you've done the best you can. And fast forward, I see Aaliyah come out, and I don't know what turned on. I don't know what happened, but all of a sudden my mouth dropped, and I was like, oh my gosh, I just became a biological father. And I'm like, how do I hold her? What do I do? I'm freaking out. And I'm just sitting there like, what do people do at this moment? Of course, the doctors know what to do. They handle it, they get her wrapped up. They hand it to me to hold. And I looked at her. And the thing I said in my head was, I won't fail you. I won't let you down. And fast forward later, we're about 3.5 years where Aaliyah probably runs my life. And there are times where I feel I could fail her or I have failed her. Why do I say this? Because as a parent, sometimes if you don't grow up with a parent, I didn't grow up with a father. I felt that I missed every opportunity that a good father could have. And that's not necessarily true. Why do I say that? I'd say it's not true because something turned on in me when I had Aaliyah, when I saw her, to be a protector, to be a provider, but to be there for her in a way that she needed. And I'd be kidding you if I didn't. I'd be wrong if I didn't tell you this. A lot of what she needed was just attention. It wasn't me being perfect. Yes, I started therapy when my daughter was born, a little while after, but more than that, she needed me to show her attention. And for any father out there who is fathering a child and you never father, don't beat yourself up. Your kid needs you. The gifts are cool, presents are cool, but in the long game, they need you. She was sick a couple days ago, and I got home, and all she wanted to do was just lay on my chest, curl up on my chest, and cuddle. She didn't want anything else. She didn't want any food. She didn't want to be bothered. I apologize for my alarm going off. This is raw footage, so we don't edit. And I realized more and more being you is what she needs. She doesn't need someone being fake. She doesn't even need you being perfect, but she does need you being present. And as we know, being a parent, we beat up on ourselves a lot because we're trying to handle our jobs, we're trying to handle our dreams, our passions, our visions, and handle these kids. And it's not easy. So I just want to encourage you guys today with this. Be who you, keep growing, but know that the child needs you. They don't need perfection, they need you. So go out there, be great. Make sure you subscribe to this so you can share with your friend and so you can get all these gems, tips that I'm going to share with my guests in this share. Inside the Man Cave, be great.